This video will help you address common data issues that may result in an inability to interpolate horizons in all holes. There are 3 common reasons that may cause a failure to interpolate horizons. Number 1, all holes start or end in a horizon. Number 2, the fault block does not fully intersect drill hole collar. And number 3, discrepancies between the database and the horizon list. This video will explain each of these problems and illustrate how you can adjust your database or FixDHD specification to achieve a successful interpolation. Let's begin with problem number 1. All holes start or end in a horizon. In this data, all holes start in the brown horizon. Because there is never a horizon above brown, Vulcan cannot find a reliable roof to the brown horizon. These holes always finish in the yellow horizon, which results in an unreliable yellow floor location. With FixDHD, you can choose a selection file that lists at least one hole that starts in a horizon, like brown. This action helps Vulcan understand that it is okay to trust holes that start in the brown horizon. If you do define a single hole, pick one where the horizon is the thickest. You will learn a fast way that you can quickly populate selection files later in this video. You could also tell Vulcan to trust the end of the drill holes. With the trust setting active, Vulcan was able to fix all 141 holes in this database. Now we're going to talk about problem number 2, when a drill hole collar is not within any fault block. These fault blocks are clipped to topography, so some hole collars sit above the surface of each triangulation. This will result in valid holes being ignored entirely. You can define your fault blocks in FixDHD. The option fixed 88 holes, but there are more than 88 holes in the database. If the collar is even slightly outside the solid, FixDHD will ignore the hole. These fault blocks were clipped 10 meters above the collar locations to ensure they fully surround the entire hole. You will have the opportunity to truncate your resulting stratigraphic model to respect the true collar locations later in your modeling process. Now you can define the solids that will completely capture the collars. Now the option fixed 166 holes, because the new solids captured more collars than the prior run. Maptek has developed streamlined stratigraphy, a new tool that you can leverage to help catch and address common data issues. To get started, you can launch the tool and answer some standard questions. Now you can pick your drill hole database. You could manually enter your horizons or pick a glob file that already has a horizons definition. Although there are 144 holes in the database that contain the brown horizon, none of them are considered reliable representations of the brown deposit because all collars all start inside the brown horizon. This was the first issue discussed earlier in this video that you can easily manage with your FixDHD settings, or let streamlined stratigraphy correct it for you. You can also quickly determine thickness statistics, and even the exact holes where minimum and maximum thicknesses occur. You can also define horizon splits if you have them. Sometimes there will be a horizon defined that does not exist in the dataset. The tool shows that the horizon does not appear in any holes. You will not be able to continue until at least one hole in your database matches the horizon, or you remove the horizon from your horizon list. A failure to match holes can occur if there is a typo in the horizon list or database log. You may also encounter this error if you are modeling a subset of your database where the horizon may not exist. The tool also includes quick database validation functionality. If you click Yes, you can add the holes that start in the brown horizon and end in the yellow horizon to your trust list. This saves you from manually creating the specification files discussed earlier in this video. You can respond to a few more questions to create your FixDHD specification. You can click Apply and Run to fix your holes. All 141 holes in the database were fixed and are ready for modeling. You can see how the new tool can save you time when fixing your drill holes. There are a few key things to keep in mind when working with your data to ensure accuracy and efficiency. Leverage a trust list to ensure horizons model correctly at the top and bottom of holes. Model fault blocks so they capture the drill hole collar to avoid missing data. Reconcile your horizon list to your data carefully to ensure missing horizons interpolate correctly. Explore the innovative streamlined stratigraphy tool that will help you validate data quickly. Thank you for watching. For more information about Vulcan, please visit maptek.com.